Howdy folks and welcome to the 13th episode of Just the Two of Us, two artists, two songs, two questions on Tuesday night. Tonight I'm joined by the country singer-songwriter Haley Grimm. She is currently a student at Belmont and she has written some amazing country songs, so I'm so excited to talk with her all about her influences and her songwriting process, so let's jump right in. You don't have any music out yet, but you've written some incredible songs.
Thank you.
And that's why I just knew that I had to get you on here. When I had a friend that came with me to that songwriters round, and she after, I don't remember the name of the last song that you played, the third song, but she leaned over to me after you sang that and she was like, that song sounds like it needs to be on the radio. Like,
oh my god.
She was like, that song was like radio worthy. And so I like, after that I like knew I needed to find you so that I could have you on here. So thank you so much for being on here.
Well, thank you for inviting me. That means so much.
What are you studying?
I'm studying commercial voice, so it's kind of like you get to learn how to sing like professionally in like the genre that you want to.
Oh, that's really cool. So what are the courses like for that major?
It's kind of interesting because it's like you have to take classical for 2 years, and so you have to learn how to sing classically, but then you also get to learn how to sing commercially, which is just like, you know, kind of like you get to do your own thing. And then you also take like music theory classes and like oral skills and like diction and lit, which is like the Italian language and everything. So it's just like, I don't know, it's a lot of like the background work in order to like make you like the best like performer and singer that you can be.
My question for you is about like influences, because when you were playing your music, I heard a lot of really strong country influences in your songwriting, but I'm curious to know specifically what those are and sort of how those have influenced you.
Yeah, so I think one of like the biggest ones, Shania Twain, definitely, just because my mom always played that when I was younger. Same with like Jody Messina and like Reba, like all those like old time like country. But then I think just like recently, you know, like not recently, but like Carrie Underwood is also a big one. She's such a big name in country music, along with like Miranda Lambert, and then just recently like Carly Pearce. She's been like one of my favorites.
What's your favorite Shania song?
My favorite, I mean, I can always get down to Any Man of Mine, but then also Whose Bed Have Your Boots Been Under? That one's really fun too.
So what song are you gonna play for us tonight?
I'm actually going to do a new one that I wrote. I just finished it yesterday, so it might not be like the final thing, and so I kind of have like the lyrics up here too because I haven't quite got it down right, but I just figured might as well just go out on a limb and do this one.
Go for it. Yeah, I love that. Go for it.
So I also haven't named it yet, but it's just about like I call my mom 24/7, and it's kind of just like me calling my mom, like catching up and like just like reassuring her that I'm doing okay. So yeah,
I relate to that so much. Take it away.
Thank you. Mama, how's it going? I'm glad you picked up. Thought we could talk, cause I ain't doing much. Tell me, how's the family? Does the yard gate still not shut? I understand if you've got some work to do. I didn't mean to call you out of the blue. The weight of the world is feeling heavy on my shoulders, and I don't know what to do. 'Cause I've been chasing this road of dreams, and I'm not hitting the brakes. Your prayers are gonna come true, and I'm hoping that you would never give up on your faith. 'Cause my journey's just begun, and I just run to say I love you and I'm doing great. We laugh and reminisce when I was 6 years old, swinging on the swings in my church clothes, swing belting every word due to how beautiful. You always knew I'd end up right where I am. Didn't take long to let go of your hand. With my head up high, walking through the world and not giving a damn. 'Cause I've been chasing this road of dreams, and I'm not hitting the brakes. Your prayers are gonna come true, and I'm hoping that you would never give up on your faith. 'Cause my journey's just begun, and I'm just wrong to say I love you when I'm doing great. Hey mama, before I let you go, I've been meaning to tell you there's one thing you should know. That I've been chasing this road of dreams, and I'm not hitting the brakes. Your prayers are gonna come true, and I'm hoping that you would never give up on your faith. 'Cause my journey's just begun, and I'm just wrong to say I love you when I'm doing great. There's no need to worry, mama, I just gotta say that I love you and I'm doing great. I can shut up, but thank you.
That was so good. I love the way that your voice sounds on that chorus with the little run in the middle of it.
Oh, thank you.
Awesome.
I guess so. Like, my question for you is that I think this is like my favorite question to ask anyone, like anyone who's coming up with music. Like, what was like the defining moment that like you knew that like this is like what you wanted to do, and like this is like how you want your life to go and everything?
Wow. Big question.
I know it's a hard-hitting one, but it's like one of my favorite things to like know about people, because everyone is so different.
Yeah, it's sort of bizarre. So I was like painfully bashful as a child, so like had so much anxiety about talking to people, and but like also, even though I was so shy and I hated like really talking to people and like meeting new people, I always knew that I wanted to be a performer and a singer, but I didn't really know how to make that happen. And so I started taking piano lessons whenever I was 9, and I started like secretly writing songs whenever I was in middle school, like trying to act like I was like some sort of misunderstood girl with like a notebook under my bed and like all this sort of stuff. And whenever I was in high school, I didn't tell anyone this is what I wanted to do, because I'm sure that you've probably encountered this. Like, whenever you tell people you want to do music as a career, they're like, oh.
Like, what's the backup? And you're like,
oh, good luck, you know?
Yeah.
And so I didn't tell anybody when I was in high school. And I think sort of like a defining moment was like when I was in college, and I sort of had this moment of realization of like, nobody really cares that much about like what I do, like not in a bad way. I mean, like I had told this story in my head of like, oh my gosh, people are going to like be talking bad about me, or they're going to think that I should have amounted to something like more respectable, like a doctor or a lawyer or something like that. Like they're like, people are going to think that, you know, be disappointed in me for not pursuing those sort of careers. But I had that moment of like, wait, they're not really going to care that much. Like, they have their own lives to worry about. They're not spending like all of their time thinking about what I wanted, what I'm doing and all that sort of stuff. Like, so I should just go ahead and do what I want to do and go after it and try to make it happen. So I don't really know if it was like one specific moment, but it was like, cause I don't know like the date or whatever that this realization was. But it was just like that moment of realization of like, everybody's got their own stuff that they've got going on. Like, I should just do what I want to do and really not be concerned about what other people's perceptions are going to be, because they're not really perceiving me that much.
Yeah, and I feel like in college, like, it's really easy to just be like, I literally could do whatever I want with my life. Like, I'm my own person. Like, no one's really like they don't have to take care of me. They don't have to like make me really do anything. You kind of just like go on your own path. And so, yeah, I totally agree with that.
I just announced officially today that I'm going to be re-releasing a different version of my debut single that I put out last October. And it's called High School Reunion.
Mm-hmm.
And when I released it, it was like the height of the pandemic. I couldn't really go out and perform it anywhere. And it was the first song that I'd ever really put out. So I was really nervous about what people were going to think about it or anything like that. And it was just the best experience. And I really felt love from the people who listen to my music. And so I wanted to do something to celebrate that milestone. And so High School Reunion, the live acoustic version, which is more bluegrassy than the one that I put out before, will be out in 9 days. And so I thought I would play that tonight on the show.
Perfect. Can't wait.
When our hats blew up, we hit the ground running, had to prove we could make ourselves something. We could see our name on the local news. In 10 years we knew we'd make them regret it, make all the doubters seem real pathetic, and made it blood when we walked in the room. But it's really hard, oh my Lord, to find dreams you can't afford. You gotta buy food, make rent, get paid. Soon a day turns into a decade. Well, let's raise a glass. The past 10 years really kicked our class. But we'll just keep on trying until we all start dying. If we pray, maybe we can get it done for the next high school reunion. We put name tags on, but it's all for show. We creep Facebook, so we already know who lost their hair and who lost their mind. We talk glory days and the weather, think how we all used to look better and try to hide all our wrinkle lines. But it's really hard to try and find creams that can rewind time. You gotta scrub hard and moisturize, and then a decade's gone before your eyes. Well, let's raise a glass. The past 10 years really kicked our class. But we'll just keep on trying until we all start dying. If we pray, maybe we can get it done for the next high school reunion. So pull up your spanks and just give thanks to God that this ain't the end. We got another 10 to try and win before we have to do this again. And that's a reason to raise a glass. 'Cause the past 10 years really kicked our class. But we'll just keep on trying until we all start dying. If we pray, maybe we can get it done for the next high school reunion. If we fail, then we'll just bail on the next high school reunion.
I love how fun that song is. I love like the little like puns and everything and like the jokes.
Oh,
I
thank
remember
you.
hearing it at the writer's sound. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool.
Oh, thank you. So before we get off here, is there anything else that you have coming up that you would like people to know about?
I don't think so. I guess Christmas at Belmont is like a show that Belmont puts on in I think it's December 1st or November 30th, something like that, but it'll be streamed on PBS. So I'm a part of the Southbound ensemble here at Belmont, so it's like the country ensemble here, and yeah, we'll be in it. So
That's so cool. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I will definitely be tuning into that. I think we already watched that at Christmas because it's just such a fun like program they put on. But now it'll be cool because I'll be like, hey, I know this girl. So thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Bye.